What's going on? This is your Fast Life Motorcycle channel. We're gonna get started pretty soon. We're gonna wait for a few more people to join, and we'll be starting at let's see, it's 8 after the hour, 9 after the hour. We'll be starting precisely at 10 after. Let me check my cell phone time. Yeah, 10 after we'll be starting up. So get comfortable. What's going on, SG Herda, or Herda? How do you pronounce that, man? We'll be starting in 1 minute. Alright, you are watching your Fast Life Motorcycle channel, and so I just wanted to talk about a video that was posted yesterday on my buddy 650 Eve's channel, and we're going to take a quick look at this video. Just a little section of it right here. I'm thugged out in my wife beater. What about it, man? Rocking my Icon gloves. This is not a sponsored stream. Alright, let me get the chat room open over here. CBR 600, yo! 413 own. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the jeans. It's not about to each their own. It's not about to each their own. We're gonna talk some science here. It's not about opinions and personal preference. We're talking about life and death. Before we get into it, I just want to make sure the sound is good. Last time I did a stream, there was no sound. It was kind of retarded. How is the sound right now? Hear my voice nice and clear? A little bit of music in the background, not too loud. Team Kawasaki in the house? Hell yeah! Team Green. What? Science! Science! That's right, we're gonna drop some science today. A 2015 BMW 1000. Nice! SG Herda. You heard? Alright, so let's get into it. So we're gonna play just a little piece of this right here. And here we go.
You have great skills for keeping it back up.
Hold it over harder when I hit it. Did you ever change the map from MR12 to...
Yo, you did? Okay.
I guess it wouldn't matter anyways because they're rich as shit on MR12.
Yeah, it was safe no matter what. My elbow.
Did it blow the oil filter off? No, you hit the wall. Oh, you hit the wall and that's what fucked the motor up.
Oh.
That's not cool. Oh, see the scrapes? Oh, fuck, it blew the fucking hole right in the case. Yep.
Oh.
Holy shit, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
When you were racing that, I said, oh, you got that one.
Alright, so basically what happened was, let's get my ugly face back on the video here. In my ghetto-fied wife beater here. So what had happened was, this guy was riding his Ninja H2. He was riding his Ninja H2 and apparently lost control. He hit some dust or something, and he slid and hit the wall, some kind of wall on the highway. Damaged the part of the engine casing there, as you can see, is leaking. So he's not really having a good day. But actually, he's having an awesome day because he lived to tell the story. And that's the priority, right? But the next thing down from that is the fact that the bike actually, as you can see, it's not totaled, right? You know, they can easily fix this. It's not going to be cheap, but it's certainly going to be a lot cheaper than if there was like major damage to the bike. So that's awesome. So now let's talk about the jeans situation. So one of you guys were commenting and saying, you know, it's to each their own, blah, blah, blah. And I respect that. People are saying, you know, don't go too hard on other people because, you know, some people are okay with accepting certain risks and dangers. Yeah, that's fine. So let's at least make sure that people know what they're accepting exactly, what they're getting themselves into. You know, as long as you fully understand the risks that you're taking on board, it's all good. But I think a lot of people don't really understand the risks of riding with jeans, which is kind of bizarre, and I'll tell you why exactly. I want to pop out this chat room so I can put it on here so you guys can see that. Let's get this here. Hopefully you guys can see that. Make sure you're watching in full HD if possible. So you can. Otherwise, it's gonna be kind of hard to read this. I can zoom in. If I zoom in, I'm gonna mess the whole thing up. I'm gonna screw this whole thing up now. The problem is the other window that I'm looking at to monitor the stream is also being zoomed in. I guess I could deal with that. I just want to see the stats on the stream. That's the only thing. Okay, that's good. Alright, so let's get into it. Here's the first thing I think is bizarre about wearing jeans when you're riding a motorcycle. I see people on a motorcycle, they have top-notch gloves. They got a top-notch jacket. They got a top-notch helmet. And then the attitude is everything below the waist, who cares? They'll wear sneakers and they'll wear jeans. What the hell sense does that make? Why the hell are you going to invest in all this protection for your torso and your head and your hands and everything? And your legs, whatever. I don't need my knees. Right? So you love motorcycles so much, but you're gonna give up your riding career because you messed your knees up and you can't shift anymore. You try to shift and it's like, right? You can't even get up on the bike because your ankles are all messed up, right? Because you're too cheap to buy some good boots. Instead of doing that, you're gonna just wear your sneakers. They're comfortable, they look cool. You know, jeans, I can just take my jacket off and I look normal. I just got my t-shirt on and I got my jeans on. Oh yeah? Alright, so let's break it down. Like I said, as long as you guys understand the full risk that you're taking on, then it's on you, it's your life, right? But I don't think a lot of people get some of the dangers. Like some people think of jeans as jeans versus like a motorcycle pants. They think about it as, you know, it's kind of convenience, you know, because if you really hit something hard, you know, no amount of protection is going to help you, right? If you run into a wall. This is the kind of negative thinking that some people that are just like, they're I think it's fatalist is the term. They can only see life as black and white. Either you're running into a wall 100 miles per hour, or you're just chilling. There's no in between. The reality is life has several layers of deviation or variance between extreme 100 miles into a wall and nothing, just riding chilling, right? A lot of things happen. You can fall and slide at 30. You can hit a wall at 20 miles per hour. You can have a car hit you, and then you bounce into another car. Lots of things can happen, man. And you want to be dressed so that you can be protected in the widest amount of scenarios. That's what it's about riding a motorcycle. No matter what you do, there's always going to be a risk where you get killed instantly. I don't care what you wear. I don't care how smart you are. How much training you have. If you're on a motorcycle, there's always the risk of that you crash and for you, right? We understand that. But what the thing about it is tons and tons of scenarios that can go down. You can slide the rear tire at 15 miles per hour in a grease spot, right? That's a real low risk, right? right? You can beat T-bones in an intersection at 20 miles per hour by a person riding a bicycle, right? A lot of different things can happen, man. So again, you dress for the widest amount of scenarios, the widest amount of possibilities. So it's like you got all these things that can happen, and in all these scenarios, I'm good, not so good, pretty bad, awful, tragic, I'm dead. Right? You want a huge range of things that you're good with. And then a good range of things that I might be out of commission for a month, but I'll be all right. That's how you dress on a motorcycle. With jeans, you don't have a wide range of possibilities, right? I was wearing some mesh pants when I was learning how to ride a motorcycle. I fell doing a 90-degree turn. That's from a stop. 90-degree turn. Obviously, I was going really slow. I was going no more than 4 miles per hour. Had a flat tire in front, fell sideways, pants ripped like paper. That was mesh pants. Now let me check what's going on in the chat. I know you guys are talking about Kevlar. I knew I was going to talk about that. We're going to talk some science, guys. All right. 600. Echo. Is there an echo? There's no echo. CBR 600. Is there an echo? There shouldn't be an echo. You're singing a song, man. Echo. I wouldn't wear jeans, but that's my opinion. It would just rip like nothing. Yeah. If my mesh pants ripped from less than 5 miles per hour, yes. And please, nobody embarrass yourself about a guy who was riding and crashed. Because guess what? I got a story too. I got a guy who was riding in shorts and he walked away and he was fine. Yes. Some people win the lottery. Most of us don't. If you think you're lucky, go right ahead. Don't tell me about the one guy that got lucky with the jeans. Or the 2 guys. Or the 2 guys. Or the 3 guys. Or the 3 guys. Or the 4 guys. Or the 5 guys. Burgers and fries. There's a lot of us riding a lot of different scenarios, and a lot of us aren't ending up being in that good of a scenario. But what we like to do as humans, we focus on what we want to believe, right? Every time someone survives, we're in the proper gear, we lock it into our memory. It's possible. Not wearing the proper gear and be alright. It's possible. And every time somebody gets really messed up, you don't remember that as well, right? You focus on what you want to believe. Tons of scenarios where jeans don't work. Let's talk about the science of jeans, including the Kevlar jeans. Guess what? Those mesh pants that I ruined? Kevlar. Yep. So let's talk about some of the basic differences between leather and Kevlar. Before we do that, I want to check the chat room again. Good pair of Kevlars are almost as good as leather. I wouldn't say that. Who needs legs anyway? Exactly. How's it go? I'm gonna take it way back. I have no legs. I have no legs. Who knows what that's from? Who said that? Talking about Willis. See who's old farts. Your sound is feeding back. Is it really? Echo. Oh man. Why is there an echo? The volume is off on that. Is this thing running as well? Let's see. Sound fail. So sound is off there. Why would there be an echo? You know what I'm gonna do? Tell me this. I'm gonna try something. Tell me if this fixes it. How about now? Echo right now. Echo. Fast like motorcycle in the house. Is there any echo? What I want to know is I got nine people in the stream right now, watching the stream, and I got 4 thumbs up. That sucks, man. That really sucks. Still an echo. Why is there an echo? That makes no sense. I have the volume of my computer muted, so it's not feeding back through the microphone. The only sound is my voice. So that means this echo is being artificially generated by a gremlin. Let's see. Reinitialize. Come selector. Reinitialize. Now I got some chick calling me. Well, actually, that's the guy. A business call. Man, I'm in the middle of a stream though, man. Text me, tell him I gotta call him back. Man. You see what I do for you guys? This is a business call. And I'm putting your fast life motorcycle channel over business. Trying to. Just give me 1 second. Let me at least text this guy and let him know I'm gonna call him back. I will call you right back. Gotta love voice dictation. How are we doing with the echo right now? Just reinitialized. There's still an echo. No! I don't know what to do at this point. I mean, I'm gonna tell you guys a crazy story later on. Remind me. I got a crazy Russian babe story from last night. I don't know what else to do. I mean, let's see, center. I have a theory. I've got a theory. Okay, maybe that's what Let's disable the sound from that layer because I have two layers. How about now? Is the echo gone? How's the echo? Echo. Because I got two layers of video. And I think multiple layers had sound on them. I just turned off the sound in the lower layer. So no more echo, right? So the sound is good finally. It's still there! No! How can there be an echo still? Wow. Alright, let's try this. Settings. Audio. Video capture device. Let's see, settings. Audio. Mic, reinitialize. Boom. There's the sound. Okay, what about now? Is there any echo now? This is crazy, man. What in the hell? Jack Watson says bad to the bone. It's still there. What in the hell? I don't know what else to do, man. Video capture. Okay, so this layer has. That's what I get for being too complicated. Let me let you guys see what nonsense I'm dealing with here. So this is the software I'm using, and I got all these different layers. Audio is still disabled. So there's no audio there. And let's check here. Audio is disabled. Let's enable it there. Back. Audio disabled. Okay, what about now? Now! No way. I don't know what to do at this point. I've turned off all the other layers that have sound. Force microphone auxiliary to show only connected devices. Sound is off. Center sound is. Okay, I'm gonna change to another setup. See if we can get this thing working. Let's see. Any screen. How about that? Is that any better? Jason Rawhut. Is there any more echo? Jason Rawhut. Oh. Left screen, center screen. I'm running out of screens here. Full screen webcam. Let's see. How about now? No more echo. Wait, when did that happen? Wait, did it happen when I switched the display or before I switched the display? Oh man. Now I'm not sure. Okay, how about now? Okay, Jack Watson, is it still good right now? Jack Watson, is it good right now? Jack Watson. All right. All right, so let's do the final sound check, guys. All right, we're going to do the final sound check. And then we're going to get this stream going, talk about the Genes versus getting, as they say in London, getting a proper getting a proper proper riding pants. Proper. That's how they talk in Europe, England, whatever. All right, so let's do the final sound check just to make sure this is good to go before we get going with the stream. All right, so this is the final sound check. Okay. Oh man, oh man, oh man, not again. Yeah, I learned the game from William Wesley. You can never check me. Back to back. For niggas that don't get the message. Back to back like I'm on the cover of Lethal Weapon. Back to back like I'm Jordan 96, 97. Whoa. Very important and very pretentious. When I look back, I might be mad that I gave this attention. Okay. Jason's like, focus, dude. You cannot rap. Stop trying to rap and focus on motorcycles. That's what you do. Motorcycles. Do what you do and stop trying to, and let Drake do what he does, and you do what you do. Do the motorcycles. All right. Kevlar versus leather, or leather versus man-made. So, all right. Here's the deal. First of all, this is not one of the most important things necessarily. The first thing we're talking about comparing the materials, I'm more talking about the kind of stuff that a lot of people focus on when they say, what's the difference? Because they think about, like, you know, if you run into a wall 100 miles per hour, what is your $200 leather pants going to do for you, right? Valid question. However, once again, there's tons of other scenarios that can happen that are other than running into a wall, right? So people that think like that, they think in terms of the leather pants or riding pants be a matter of convenience. You know, you crash in a crash where it's not too severe, and it's a matter of, you know, do you have all these like abrasions on your leg and it's like burning you for weeks or whatever, or maybe you hit your kneecap really hard and it's like, you know, versus with a nice riding pants, you hit your knee with the same impact and it's kind of like, I'm good, right? So either scenario, you're fine, right? The scenario where you hit your kneecap, okay, so it really hurt, it sucked. Maybe even for weeks you still felt something, right? But you're okay, man. You don't even need to go to the hospital. So it's that versus the guy with the riding gear who can walk away and like, whatever. You didn't feel anything. They think about that level of protection. But again, there's a lot of scenarios that can happen, you know, in terms of riding a crash or whatever. So here's the deal. First of all, let's compare the materials. What's the big deal with synthetic versus natural materials? So it's not necessarily about Kevlar, although Kevlar is probably one of the best materials we have man-made. It's natural, so leather, versus synthetic. So Kevlar, you know, cotton, cotton. We know man-made materials, they're manufactured materials. So one of the big things, one of the awesome things, I wish I had my my gloves with me. Let me bring. I'm gonna see if I can find them. They should be right around the corner. If I don't find them, whatever. I'm looking for my crash gloves. My gloves that I crashed 100 miles per hour. Crash gloves, man. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Where's my gloves, man? Who's got my gloves? I don't know. I don't know where they are, guys. Whatever. Whatever, man. Ugh. All right. Whatever. So the point is, when you're comparing synthetic materials versus natural materials, so one of the big things with leather materials is that they are much more, I don't know if compliant is the word I'm looking for, but with leather, as you know, it stretches and it flexes and it grinds. Now, we're talking about the difference between building a 40-story building that does not flex versus building one that sways. I don't know if you guys are aware, those really tall buildings, they actually sway. So in strong winds, rather than just standing up there being like, you shall not pass. It's kind of like, all right, the wind will push on me. I'm going to lean here. I'm going to lean this way. I'm going to lean that way. I'm going to make some people throw up. And that is how these buildings can actually withstand really, really strong winds. Now, if the building was on that, you shall not pass thing, that's where it could snap. That's one of the key differences between leather and synthetics. With leather, you have this flexibility, this stretching, and this grinding. What I mean by grinding, if you have high quality leathers, they're very thick. So they can grind down and down and down and down and down and down for quite a while before you actually have penetration. And speaking of penetration, this I do have to show you guys. Speaking of penetration, you guys should try these out. They're pretty good. Anyway, on that note, so they can grind down pretty far before they actually penetrate, which makes them really, really resilient and really the good thing that you want to be wearing in a crash, right? So high-speed crash, you're sliding, and there's so much material to grind off. Now, a lot of the natural materials, you don't have that. It's like you subject them to a lot of abrasion, and the tendency is for them to tear and crack. So if you are talking about the typical synthetic material, this is a typical result. Extreme abrasion, right? This is a typical result. Extreme abrasion, that's what the typical result is, right? As opposed to the leather, it's not gonna break down like that. It's gonna grind down. That's how you're going to break down the leather, is by grinding it down. So you have a period of time where you can be subjecting it to high levels of abrasion, and the material is still protecting you, right? So that's a big difference between leather and synthetic materials. What's going on in the chat room? Think of the trees. Miles Garrett. Think of the trees. So anyway, yeah, that's one of the big things. But here's something else that a lot of people don't realize. We're going to talk about something from a different angle. We talk about the safety of the synthetics versus motorcycle pants and stuff like that. Here's something else to think about. When you crash, if the crash doesn't kill you, what happens next can. It is very important that when you crash on your motorcycle, that you are in the best possible condition to get yourself to safety. Because depending on when and where and how you crash, your life could be in imminent danger after the crash. People think people die in crashes. Yes, they do, but many people also die after the crash. Actually, I have a friend I did a video about. It was pretty sad. If you guys know Miss Nez, who's a very, very well-known rider all around the country and the world even, and she got killed one night. She was, and by the way, this is not relevant to what kind of pants you're wearing, but just it's relevant to the whole crash, dying after the crash. And she didn't actually crash. Motorcycle broke down late at night, 2, 3 in the morning. They were dealing with the bikes, trying to figure things out. Some lady was driving on the road, was drunk, fell asleep, who knows what, ended up running into her and killing her. She got dragged. I don't know if it was an open casket or not. That was pretty bad. Now, why I bring that up is because in a crash, your life may be threatened after the fact. So you need to make sure you're in the best possible condition to save yourself. Think about this. You crash on a busy highway, fast highway. Cars are averaging 80 miles per hour, right? And there you are on the ground. Maybe you slid somewhere, you slid for a while or whatever, and you're in a weird position. And then you end up getting run over and killed after the fact. Why does this happen? Because you were wearing jeans. When you crashed, you hit your kneecap. You are in excruciating pain. Excruciating pain. You see some cars coming. You try to get up to walk away. And what happens? As soon as you step down, you're in pain. Your leg collapses, you fall to the ground, car runs right over you, you're dead. That is a scenario where jeans versus proper motorcycle pants could actually save your life. The scenario where you've crashed, you need to get out of the way, get to safety, and you can't because you're crippled because you had no real protection. Even with Kevlar pants, without sufficient armor in those pants, I mean, you hit a kneecap at a high rate of speed, man. You know, good luck trying to walk, trying to get away. And who knows, there may be scenarios where you may need to climb to safety. A lot of different things happen. You think about a lot of times with cars, there's fires that happen and you need to climb to the window and stuff like that. You may need your physical abilities to be able to maneuver your way away from a fire, away from the bike, away from the street, and having something that just totally ripped up and expose your knees to extreme damage. There's also in the summer, the road is hot, and you're wearing some jeans, you slide on the ground, they rip off, you got raw nerves on the hot-ass pavement. Now, even if you're able to actually walk, the distraction of the pain could kill you. While you're sitting there, oh! I mean, luckily with adrenaline, sometimes you don't really feel the pain right away, but you could be there on the ground and you're in pain. You're in raw nerve on the hot pavement. And you're sitting there focused on my leg, my leg. Meanwhile, there's a big-ass SUV coming at you at 80 miles per hour. The dude is texting. He's not paying attention. He doesn't see you there on the ground, right? So you got to think about scenarios like that. So it's not only just, you know, one or two different things. A lot of different things can happen, right? A lot of different things can happen. And there's even ways that you can actually hurt yourself by, and this is something I realized from inline skating. I used to do inline skating a lot. And with inline skating, I had a theory that basically you can hurt yourself more by not wearing the proper gear. And I don't mean by the impact. I mean by what you do because you're not wearing the proper gear. You can do some bizarre things that can cause injury just because you're not wearing your gear. I'll tell you why. If you're learning how to skate, right? You're wobbling around, you start going a little bit too fast down a hill, you see the curb is coming at you, you don't have the confidence to turn away, right? Now, how calm you are can make a big difference between what's going to happen next. Now, if you know you got nothing on, you got short pants, t-shirt, you got no elbow pads, no gloves, no nothing on. You know that if you fall at the speed you're going, you're going to have a bad day, right? So you start freaking out, you're panicking, you're like, oh shoot, and then you start doing some crazy maneuver and you throw yourself down. You actually make yourself go down. You could have had the skill to maintain, keep going. Yeah, you go a little bit too fast, but it's all right. Maintain, keep with it, stay up and go through. But because you know you got nothing on, you panic because you know the pain that's gonna come if you go down. So you start freaking out and you do some weird maneuver like I gotta get away, and then boom, you make yourself crash. Now that's inline skating. The same thing can apply on a motorcycle where something is happening, and rather than focusing on doing what you need to do to survive and to not crash, to maintain control of the motorcycle, you are thinking, oh shoot, I'm wearing shorts. If I go down right now, I'm screwed. Your heart starts racing. You got no gloves on. You're like, oh shoot, 50 miles per hour. If my hand touches the ground, you have no time to think. And you're wasting energy focusing on the fact that you're not wearing your proper gear. I got jeans on, I got no gloves on, right? I'm wearing shorts or whatever it is. And while you're thinking about that, you could be thinking about your exit strategy or how you're going to survive. Oh, I can actually not crash. I remember my training. I know that I can hang off the bike to keep the bike more upright so I can have more traction. Let me try that, right? That takes time to think. Instead of thinking, you're worried about, I got no gear on. And it doesn't have to be a specific thought. It could just be a sense of fear because you know you don't have the gear on. So you just naturally panic. Oh, shoot. As opposed to the guy with the proper gear being more relaxed. I'm wearing my proper gear. I can tolerate a lot of stuff. So let's see what we can do to get out of the situation. Going a little bit too fast in the turn. All right, no problem. I'm going to hang off a little bit. I'm going to trust the bike. I'm going to be gentle on my throttle. Right? I'm going to look through the turn. And I'm basically going to trust the bike and its capabilities, knowing the bike is more capable than me. And I'm going to go through the turn. As opposed to the guy not wearing the gear, panicking easier and faster, and maybe he crashes. Not because he has less skills, but because he is less comfortable, less relaxed. Being relaxed can mean the difference between surviving a crash and not surviving a crash, right? And to me, most riders can be more relaxed knowing they're wearing the proper gear, which includes the full gear. I don't know what the point is of just wearing stuff on top. Like, why not just wear a t-shirt? If you don't care about your skin, then why are you, I don't get it. Like, why the half-assed approach? Everybody does that. That's the thing. I'm gonna wear jeans and I'm gonna wear a jacket. Like, everybody does that. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. It's like you're driving a car with your family. You've got your seatbelt on, your wife doesn't. What the hell? So you'll survive the crash, your wife goes flying into the windshield. What? You're going outside, you got one glove on, and the other hand no glove. Why? So if you fall, one hand is all ripped up, the next one's okay. But I got one good hand. Why do you protect just half of your body? I don't understand the logic of it. I understand the convenience and the cool factor or whatever, all this kind of stuff, but it surely can't be that people are totally missing the risks of the lower body. I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. You know, but again, once you know the dangers, I will say to each their own. But I think a lot of people don't realize the dangers. They don't think about it. They see other people doing like, oh, okay, he's wearing jeans. I can wear jeans too. Society, we're very follow the leader. Most people are doing something, it must make sense. I'm going to do it too. Right? We're just going to follow along. So maybe they didn't consider the dangers and what the difference is between wearing the gear and not wearing the gear. And there's other scenarios too. You crash, you run over the side of a hill, right? Let me check in the chat room real quick before I tell you this other scenario. Dirt on the road. Why would there be dirt on the road, man? Yeah, that's wild. At the speeds he must have been going, I would expect more damage. Fast and Fearless. I mean, the bike from the video, I can't really see much damage except oil on the ground. So maybe it's a prank, man. Maybe he didn't even crash because 650E was filming, so why is there no footage of the crash? Right? So maybe he's doing a foozie on us? Oh, man. Conspiracy theories. Slid into the wall after wiping out on the dirt. He slid against the sidewall and managed to pull it away. Dirt on the road. He managed to stay on the bike but collided with the sidewall. Oh, I see. Watch the video. It's crazy how he stayed on. Is there video of the actual crash though? I didn't see any video of that. It's just the aftermath. No bother, pal. It's like going to war without a bulletproof vest. Yes, Miles. How do you say that? Gerard? I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. But yeah, so here's another scenario. You crash, you slide off the side of a mountain, and you're tumbling, right? and there's some kind of something sharp, piece of metal, a snapped over branch or something sharp, and you're going at a good speed. And as you roll over, right, whatever that thing is, boom, right through your jeans. And I know someone who got injured pretty bad. They were actually wearing proper gear, but they weren't. The jacket wasn't connected to the pants, so they slid. The jacket rose up, right, and then something basically punctured right through their stomach, and they got pretty badly injured. Now, this scenario, you're rolling down the hill, and boom, right through the jeans. Now, some really good riding pants could have tolerated that impact without tearing and without penetration. Anyway, so what's the scenario? So it's late at night, no one knows you crashed, and you're at the bottom of a hill, bleeding out. Maybe you've hit an artery. No one knows you're there. So here's a scenario where perhaps the injury that you sustained is not that big of a deal, because we talk about the difference between, if it's a really, really serious impact, then riding pants are not, you're in serious trouble. Then for the other scenarios where it's not that crazy, it's kind of like potentially a little bit trivial, where, okay, with the jeans, I can't ride for 2 weeks, a month, 2 months. With the riding pants, I can continue riding, or I can ride tomorrow or in a couple days, right? So yeah, it sucks to be in the jean scenario, but in a month or so, or no more than, you're good to go. So it's like, I'm willing to take that risk. That's how you look at it. But here's a scenario where those kinds of injuries that actually are not that bad initially can actually kill you, because again, you're bleeding out. Something penetrated right through your jeans, your Kevlar. Kevlar will rip. Kevlar will rip. So something sharp, it's not designed for that kind of impact. If something sharp hits you right in the leg or whatever, and you're wearing some Kevlar pants, it's going to go right through, right? You're wearing just regular jeans, whatever it is, it's going to go right through. And you've now got a serious puncture wound. You got blood gushing everywhere, and no one knows you're there. Which is another reason why you shouldn't ride alone if you can avoid it. If you're riding alone, you've got to consider the fact that you're riding alone, right? So riding alone, riding hard at night, bad idea. Well, add to that, someplace secluded. So you're someplace secluded, like you're riding in the mountains, it's dark, you're by yourself, and you're pushing it. Bad idea. You roll off a mountain, no one's going to know you're there. You're wearing jeans, something penetrates that, and you're sitting there bleeding out, you can't get up. That's another problem too. You messed up your legs because you weren't wearing proper riding pants, so you didn't have good armor in there, or no armor at all. So now you can't walk. You got to walk up a hill. You can't walk up a hill with your legs all messed up, but you're bleeding out. You need to get up the hill because you need to get to safety. You need to alert someone. You don't know where your phone is. You got a black phone. It slid down the hill. You don't know where the phone is. You're panicking. You're bleeding out. You're starting to feel numb. I think you get the point. You can't see smoke in the distance when it's dark, Miles. Although we did have a crash one time with I used to ride with the R1 group, or a group of R1 riders, and we had a guy go down. Luckily, we're keeping count of how many riders were in the group, so when they did the count, they realized we were one short. But I'm the first person, I'm one of the first to notice it. I was coming around the corner. As soon as I came around the corner, I just saw like dust coming out of the bushes. And I was like, what the hell is that? And then when I reached to the next checkpoint or whatever, they were all looking back and they were like, someone's missing. And I was like, I think I know. And we turned around and we looked back and we found the guy. He ran wide, ran down the hill. That was in the daytime. It's a prank, bro. Miles, it's a prank, bro. Look at that bike, man. That bike looks brand new. Fast and Fearless. Come on. Back me up. It's a prank, bro. Am I right or am I right? I gave you guys two options. Am I right or am I right? One of my pals rear-ended a Beamer at a red light. Luckily, he had his gear on. Nice. Alright, guys. Fast and Fearless. Share your stories. Share your crash stories. Fast and Fearless. Tell me about your crash story. Jason Rawhut. Tell me about your crash story. Your pal rear-ended a Beamer. Wow. What did the Beamer do to deserve that? In the meantime, I'm gonna tell you guys a story about my sexy Russian from last night. So I met this real sexy Russian on Tinder last night. And she was cool. We're chatting or whatever. Great conversation. And so we get on the phone. Continues great conversation. I'm like, wow, she's really cool. She's sexy. She's got a great sex drive, and you know, she's you know, the hot little numbers. I was like, yeah, this is cool. So after talking on the phone for 30 minutes. All of a sudden, the call disconnects. In the middle of a great conversation, she's telling me how perfect I am. She's like, you're perfect, you're perfect. And I'm loving what I'm hearing from her. Like, everything's going great. Call disconnects. I'm like, what the hell? I call her back. I don't get an answer. And then I message her on Tinder. I say, hey, man. Did the phone die? Question mark. A couple minutes after that, she unmatches me on Tinder. Like, what the hell? I don't know if she's like cheating on her boyfriend. You know what I mean? The boyfriend should like, what the hell are you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, baby. I can't do a Russian accent. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to cheat on you. I'm going to delete him. I'll delete everything. Everything's deleted. Don't worry. I love you. That's what it's gotta be, man. Because it makes no sense. How in the hell we good chat online? We talk for half an hour on the phone. You're telling me I'm perfect. I'm loving the conversation. We're in the middle of a conversation, and then no negative, no nothing. Click. That's it. I'm just like, wow. Women are crazy. Maybe not all, but a lot of them are. And that was one for the record books. Oh, you left a ding in the roof? Wow. Fast and Fearless. Seems a little strange for your fast life. Even with full gear. Something can penetrate through leathers. Yes. As we discussed before, no matter what you wear, there's scenarios where you're done, right? You have the best gear on, doesn't matter. There's certain scenarios where no matter what you're wearing, you're done. So yes, leathers are not impenetrable. However, it's much harder to penetrate full race leathers than it is to penetrate jeans or even Kevlar. Huge difference. Huge difference when you get into the science in terms of the ability of the leather to withstand impact like that versus Kevlar. Again, Kevlar and cotton, they are more brittle, so they're more subject to snapping and ripping. It's something where it can take forces only up to a certain point, and then there's a complete collapse and failure where it'll tear, rip, go right through, you're done. Leather now, it will fight. It'll stretch and stretch and stretch and stretch and stretch. Obviously, eventually, it will penetrate as well. But before that happens, it will fight for its life. Right? It will fight to protect you. Kevlar is not going to really do that. Kevlar, if I'm not mistaken, you have a bunch of layers of this fabric It's kind of like carbon fiber in a way, I think. Don't quote me on this, but so many layers that you have it, somehow they're woven, you know, to the point where it's really, really resistant to impacts, but still these threads, they just rip and they tear, and there isn't really that much flexing like you have with leather. It's a huge difference. Miles, I would say more than that. I would say they more than just optimize your chance of getting less hurt, because leathers can mean a difference between life and death, as we illustrated before. Bleeding out, not being able to get out of danger because your knee's all messed up or whatever. And that's not just the leather, that's the armor as well. So that's why it's like real riding gear. We're not just saying the material itself. Yes, the material helps, leather in general, but then race leather where it's top grain, it's thick enough, and then you have armor in there as well. All that stuff is what's gonna really could mean the difference between life and death, as opposed to less injury, more injury, right? Because look at me, went down close to 100 miles per hour on a racetrack, and I rode home 5 hours. I didn't have really anything. I didn't have any kind of soreness, no nothing. I wasn't like, oh man, my knee, or nothing. Held Phantom gloves, my original pair. I had on my race leather pants with the armor inside. I had on my RC1 jacket from Alpine Stars. I had on underneath that my Icon 1 vest, armored vest. And the result of that was crashing at 100 miles per hour on the racetrack and getting up, and I'm just like, whatever, dude. What if I was wearing jeans? Same crash. What if I was wearing cheap gloves, like even these gloves? Same crash. There was so much heat from the friction of sliding so fast that I got a heat blister. I literally got a heat blister. So the gloves got so hot, even though it didn't penetrate, that I got this blister on the inside. So again, with no penetration, when I took the gloves off, there was this red mark, a little ball on my hand. So that's severe. That's severe. What's the word I'm looking for? Severe abuse, whatever, that those gloves took. So if I was wearing cheap gloves, they wouldn't have been able to take that. They would have broken down and separated and opened. Now, if it was that much friction that I was able to sort of burn my skin through the glove without penetration, can you imagine what that would have done to my bare skin? Would I have lost my career? I don't know if there's special handicap stuff I could have used, but woo! Those gloves are serious, and that level of heat, man, that's a lot of friction. I mean, that exposing that to my bare skin, wow. So that's a little different between, I think, less injured and more injured. I think that would have been severe without those gloves on. Fast and Fearless said his last big crash, he ran out of road and hit some trees and landed on the road and was okay till the bike landed on top of me and broke my arm in 26 places. Wow. When did that happen, Fast and Fearless? When are we going to hear about the ZX-10R? Oh man, Fast and Fearless is trying to keep me on my game. He's trying to keep me on my game, man. All in good time. Abrasion. Yeah, I guess that's what I was looking for. Yeah, abrasion. Miles Gerard. Am I even saying your name right? Miles Gerard. Miles Gerardo. All right, ladies. I'm getting ready to wrap up. Gerardo, right? This thing is crazy. Where's the sound coming from? I don't have the sound on anything. How can you guys hear me? Obviously, I don't know how this thing works, man. The sound is disabled. It says the sound is disabled on all of these layers. But you guys can somehow hear me. I don't get it, man. I need to do some research on how this thing works. Wow. Alright, guys. I'm going to wrap up the stream and actually make some money here. Business call. And I'm supposed to call this surfer girl. She seems cool. I have another one who actually likes motorcycles. 2 of them actually. So I don't know. We might see some passengers in the future. We'll see. All right, guys. Thanks for joining another live stream here on your Fast Life Motorcycle channel. Ride safe. Wear your motorcycle pants. Ditch the jeans. Definitely no shorts. To each their own, but at least know the risks. Right? Know the risks that you're getting involved in when you're not wearing proper gear. All right, guys.